Hello, 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 friends. In this video, we will learn about IoC, which is called the principle of inversion of control, and one of its implementation, which is dependency injection. So, for before that, let's try to understand scenario. We have seen in our Java code, whenever we write the code, we have seen that we create many classes. These many classes depend on each other. So here I've taken a scenario where I have a class A. This class depends on class B. Okay. Then class B depends on two classes, class C and D. Class C depends on class E, and class D depends on class F and G. Okay. So we can see that classes are depending on each other. Now, since A is dependent on B, it will have to create a object of B inside itself. So it will do new B. Similarly, B will create an object of D in itself, so it will do new C. Similarly, C will do new E, D will do new F, and new G, like this. Here, B will also do new E. So each class will create an object of the other class that it requires. So suppose like D required G, B also requires G. So it will again do new G. So there will be two objects of G. There will be a duplication. Okay. And suppose as D required F, maybe C also requires F. So it will again do new F. So again there will be two objects of F as well. Okay. So many objects will be created. One more problem, that suppose for this B, I want to replace this new B. I have implemented an advanced version of B and I want to replace this B. If I want to replace this B, I have to change A also, because A is creating object of this B. So there is no feature here to plug and play components. You cannot simply pick a component, remove it, and add a new component. So this problem is called hard coupling. Classes are dependent on each other in a very hard way. If you want to replace one particular class, other classes have to be changed. Okay? Called hard coupling. So this problem is solved by the inversion of control principle. By the inversion of control principle. So this problem is solved with the inversion of. So here it says that classes should not create other classes, or we can say objects. Objects should not create other objects. Instead, there should be a container which should create all objects, and whatever objects require other objects, the container should provide them, or we can say inject them. Inject other objects that a particular object requires. Container will inject them. First of all, container will instantiate all the objects. So it will instantiate one copy of all the objects, A, B, C, D, E, F. Now if A requires B, so it will give B to A. If B requires C, it will give C to B. If C requires E, it will give E to C. Whatever what class requires, it will give to E. So there will be only one copy of F. The same copy will be given to D also and C also. Both will receive the same copy of F. Similarly, there will be one copy of G. The same copy will be given to D also and to B also. It will reduce duplication. And suppose you want to replace B with a new advanced B, it will simply be a plug and play, because nowhere in the code you will write new B constructor or new C constructor or new E constructor, new F. Nowhere you will instantiate objects of other classes in different classes. So here is a diagram also which is showing this. So with the dependency injection is an implementation of IoC. So here the container injects dependency into other class. So I have shown this with the help of an example as well. So here you can see, we will see a code for this also. We'll create a car and an engine. So car requires engine to function. So car will create object of engine. But then we will try to use Spring in this. So now car will not create engine. We'll create a car object, we'll create an engine object, and the Spring container will inject the engine into the car. Let's see how. This is our code. We have this car class. Car requires an engine class, and in the constructor of car class, we are assigning this property with a new engine. Then in the drive method, we are using engine. So here we can see that we have to create the object ourselves, and we have to create this object ourselves. If we use Spring in this code, we will not have to create this object. So let's try to refactor this code with the use of Spring Frame. If we use Spring Frame and we have the engine class, let's check. This is our engine class. This is our engine class which has a start. So now, because it is it thing, I have to create the engine object. We factor this. If we try to refactor this code, what we'll do is engine class. We will annotate it with at the rate. This annotation is provided by this. Once you annotate this in with the component annotation, then Spring container will know, okay, I have to create an object. Otherwise, it will not if you don't annotate. The car is doing new engine. Till first of all, we'll annotate this also annotation because we have to create the car object as well. Container will know that I. So how do we tell the container car requires engine? Simply by placing this, it will. There are two ways to do this. Here you simply do this here and you write. This simple annotation here will search for an engine in the Spring container and inject it in our class. So in order to start Spring, we need to have a configuration. This is our configuration class. Since we have used @configuration, Spring will class is doing some configuration. So here we have again used component scan and we have passed the package name. We are telling this, we're telling the Spring container to only scan this package, and wherever you find the component annotation or you find the configuration annotation, create the required. Only scan this. Then we have this main method. Main method, we are creating an application context. This is where the application context is the heart of this. This only manages all your objects, create objects, and it will also do the injection of one object into other. To the injection also, we are passing this patient class that we created into this application. We are using a specific type of app, which is annotation config application. We are doing here everything using annotations. That is why we are using annotation context. So now using the context, you can get any class. Here we are any object. Here we are getting two car and engine. In this, you can get the car. And in order to enable Spring framework in your code, I have added only this dependencies. You have already learned about Maven, so you must be knowing do we add dependencies that chapter. Here adding the Spring Boot dependency. Ask why Spring. Here learning Spring Boot is a specialized version of the Spring. If you want, we can inject simple Spring framework dependencies. We are going with Spring Boot because in the course of this we learn micro. So when we learn microservice, that at that time we require Spring. That is why. You can see here at the console right now it has. As soon as I execute, you see, I think lot of things are printed. Initializing the Spring, saying create shared installation processor. It has identified car and engine as two objects to be built. Then it is also creating some other objects in listeners and other things which in cards in framework. Then it is creating app config that we define. Creating the car object is creating the engine. We have not used new anywhere in this. In the class, we did not do new engine, and we instead also did not do new car. It's creating everything on because we are using the annotation. Okay, so let's see what the next thing is. Now using the context, we are trying to get the car class. We are passing class reference. We get the car class. We inspect car class. Car also has an engine object. All we call car.drive, it will call engine dot. So engine started, car moving, everything. See, we did not create car object, we did not create engine object, we did not set the engine object in the car object. Okay. Then also we are able to create object. Right? Because thing which does the creation and destruction of objects for us. And we can focus on our business law. This is the main concept of inversion of control or dependency. You don't need to bother to create all the new. You don't need to write new anywhere in your code. Trainer will create the objects, it will inject those objects into other objects. You just focus on your business logic. This is why Spring Framework became so. So now one more thing I want to say. So instead of doing this autopilot or engine, what I could have done is I could have. So there are three types of. So there are three types of dependency. The first is injection, second is third is. So this that you are injecting dependencies into each other using the fields that you have defined in your classes. In second case, you are injecting dependency each other using the constructor you have defined another. And third is saying you're injecting dependency into each letters to define another. So place here we have placed part on a field. We are injecting engine into car using this field. We can change this in part from here, and we can place it. We can pass. Now it will not use this field for it. It will use constructor for it. And even this code, and it is calling this constructor has already created engine. It will set this engine into this constructor injection. There is another way. Instead of this is an intelligent operator. Here generated a set. And if we write auto void here, now this will not call this constructor set. This will call this setter to set this and test it again. Let to remove this part. Just edit that. So now it will call the setter to set the dependent and test this. Has already created the engine object and it's injecting the engine object inside the engine property of the car class. These are the three types of injections: field injection, constructor injection, setter injection, which are popular in Spring Framework. The best suited is constructor injection, then setter injection, and first or the last one is field injection. There are different scenarios where each can be used, but the best is. So this was an introduction in container, which is an implementation of dependency, which is an implementation of. To learn more things, stay tuned.